This morning, we're just 2 days away from what will likely be the only face-off between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris when they take the debate stage this Tuesday. Our next guest knows all about taking on Trump at a presidential debate. He's Trump's surrogate now and former presidential candidate Mike Huckabee. Thank you for being with us, Governor. First of all, let's just talk about how weird that is. One debate. I asked the producers to just give me some history. Going back to 2020, going back to 2000, always 3 debates, always. There was 2 in 2020 because Trump got COVID, and so they canceled one. But that's shocking that there's only going to be 1 debate, at least for now, 1 debate.
Well, and the reason for that is because Kamala Harris doesn't want a debate. She doesn't want this one. She tried every way in the world to weasel out of it by asking for rules to be changed, just so she would have an excuse. The fact is, the one good thing in all of this is that it's an early debate. And that's important because some of the debates in the past have happened after half the people had already voted in early voting. And so therefore, a lot of those folks may have listened to the debate and said, oh boy, did I ever make a mistake. So this time, at least the debate is going to happen prior to people going out to vote. That's a plus. Reality is Donald Trump would debate every week if Kamala Harris would want to. It's not him that's holding it back. It's Kamala Harris and her people. They know she can't manage that stage very well with someone like Donald Trump.
Managing that stage is kind of, it's the big question of what it's going to be like on Tuesday. You've been there. As we mentioned, you've debated Donald Trump. And I've said this morning, Governor, I think it's not the easiest calculation for Trump either, because when you're debating a woman, you can come off as a jerk if you're too aggressive. But he has to be aggressive in prosecuting his case and exposing her. I don't know what she's going to do, because she's got to be substantive at some point in a debate, you would think. How do you see this playing out on Tuesday?
Well, I think the smart play for Trump is to do what he did with Biden. Let Biden talk. Let Kamala talk. The more she talks, the worse it gets for her. She does not know how to speak extemporaneously and make sense. So all of us have seen her word salad issues. I think if Trump can go in and, instead of really attacking her, ask her questions. Ask her, you've been all over the board on fracking. Where are you now? You've been all over the board on the border itself. You were the border czar. Explain to us what you did on the border and how well did it work. Just go after her with lots of questions, because the moderators aren't likely to ask those hard questions of her. So Donald Trump can do it. And then he doesn't have to be mean about it, and let her then talk. And if she does that, Donald Trump walks away with the huge prize. And having been on the stage with him, one of the things I can tell you, he doesn't go in there with this level of being predictable. I mean, there's a reason that he's running for president right now, and I'm talking to you. So there you go.
Well, you're on Fox Friends, but you were also in Israel this week. There's a lot going on in Israel. There's protests, I believe, in Israel asking for a hostage deal. Want to ask you, what was your takeaway being on the ground this week in Israel?
My takeaway is, and I was there when the 6 hostages were murdered by being shot in the back of the head. Here's the takeaway. There are a lot of stupid people, both in America and around the world, who think that Hamas ought to be respected. There are a lot of dumb people who think that you can make a deal with Hamas. You can't. Israel has put several offers of a ceasefire on the table. Hamas has walked away from every one of them. They don't want a ceasefire. They want to let this drag out as long as they can. Look, I understand the frustration of the Israelis. Many of them just want it to end. And there's 120,000 families displaced. They don't have a place to be right now. They can't work. They can't live in their homes because of rockets coming in from the north and from the south and from the Houthis and from the threat of Iran. They want it to be over. But they can't have it over until Hamas is destroyed and that there's a real pushback. And why this administration doesn't put the screws on Iran, stop the money flow, is something that I'll never be able to fully understand.
Well, Governor, I don't know when you go back from Israel, so I don't know if you're watching Fox and Friends for the last couple of mornings, but, while you were in Israel, I was in Northwest Arkansas, and I've been talking up Arkansas for the last couple of days, how pretty it is, and to some extent undiscovered, but I had a wedding in Fayetteville last weekend, and it was awesome to be in your state of Arkansas.
It is a beautiful place. We hope people will come and enjoy it. It's a great place to do business. And so, we have this new governor who's doing a great job. I think that would be a good reason to show up.
Well, we wish her more luck than the Razorbacks encountered yesterday when they went west to Oklahoma State. All right, Governor, it's good to see you this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, Will.
Okay.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.